What is going on, guys? This is KNasty3090 here. Welcome back to an episode of the Baltimore Orioles franchise rebuild, episode 5. We were in year 2020 in July, and I ended last episode asking you guys what we should do with some of our team because we have a lot of B potential players, and I wanted your guys' opinion, like in the minors. Should we kind of like package them, maybe try to get some young major league talent? We probably can't get any superstars, but really like solid young players who could help build us a team. And you guys mentioned, several of you mentioned one name, which I don't think I've ever gotten a franchise. So I want to go look and see if we can get him. And that is Joey Bart. So I believe, it's on this side now. He is a Giants, I believe. Yes. He does look good. So he's a catcher. He was drafted last year. 3rd overall? 2nd overall? I don't know. He has a lot of value. So I'm not sure what we have to put in, but let's see. So, I mean, we could include a guy like Cedric Mullins, who does have A potential. He's having an okay year, 263. You know, with his speed, he has such limited, I mean, you can't even see the bar so small, but his stealing is 1. His base rate aggressiveness is 39. He has 84 speed, but he just doesn't steal any bases because of this ability. So he has 4 stolen bases this year. That almost gets the deal done. So right off the bat, I know I can get this deal done. Joe Gray, I mean, I'm okay with trading some of these kids because we have so many of them. We can't trade Holmes because he's on the IL, the injured list. Brendan Davis, they don't love him. What do they want? Right field and third base. Lamar Sparks. I'll include Sparks because he's like the oldest out of them. But look at this. 19 B potential, 19 B potential, 21 B potential, 20 B potential, 19 B potential. These are all center fielders. None of them are A potential except for Cedric Mullins. We also got Fernando Hernandez, who's a 21 B potential. Dwight Smith's 27. Seth Beers, 23. Mancini. And then we have so many B potentials. I want to try to... No, Joey Bart is an A potential. Ruiz is an A potential, but he's 25. He's not young. That actually does move it up in a lot. And since we have Mountcastle, I'm okay with moving Ruiz. And then, there we go. We include like still Steve Wilkerson, who is a 28-year-old B potential, but we get Joey Bart. You guys were saying we should go after him, so we traded, we did trade an A potential. We traded another and several B's, but we got Joey Bart, who I think we're going to keep him in the minors, but I think he's going to be better than Cisco. Maybe we'll see. Maybe Cisco turns it on, but it's nice to have several A potential. Cisco has a ton of value, just as much as Joey Bart, but I'll keep them both. So you guys were also saying move on from some of the older players. So Castro making $5 million, sitting 262. Let's see what's out there for prospects. I would love to get maybe, I don't know. Let's see what's out there. I would love to get an A potential. I doubt we'll get it. Grant Levine, a 19-year-old first baseman. A catcher, Zach Jackson. Brian Reynolds. Phil Bickford. Mike Ciani, center fielder, who's a B potential. I mean, Mickey Moniak, former number 1 pick. Desmond Lindsay. Any like A potentials? Christopher Sace, Ariel Gerardo, Joey Gerber, Austin Beck. Some interesting. Oh, okay, here we go. He's 22 with an A potential, but he's 49 overall. Also, some of you guys were asking me, how do you because if you just hit offer trade, it accepts it. How do you get to see the players in a trade? If you just hit circle when you're in the screen and then backs out. Oh, that's weird. It didn't do it. I have to go back, but I believe. Or maybe you have to go to the cancel offer. That's what you have to do, cancel offer, and then you can see the actual player, and you can take a look at him. So, for instance, this kid right here on the Red Sox, Juan Rivera, take a look at that bat. Other than power versus rate, looks like an elite bat. Now, he looks to be a DH, but at first base, all we have is Phillips. And we have Bobby Bradley too, but I think this kid could play right now as a DH. And I think he could really perform. So I'm going to do this. We trade Castro, and I think we get a kid who could be a DH right now. I'm actually going to probably call him up and play in the bigs. We also have Bradley as well, who we can maybe put him at first. I might put the young kids the rest of the second half of this year. Trumbo. Let's see what we can get for him. So we can get an 18-year-old B potential Willie Valenzuela for Trumbo. I would do that. I'm surprised we can get a B. A third baseman, Steve Tata. So it's funny when you get more B potential kids that are. Let's take a look at Valenzuela. Like, what does he look like as a prospect? Good durability. Can play left, center, and right. We'll take him. And we get rid of Trumbo. So I do want to play the kids the rest of this year. Not trading Bogarts. And I agree with you guys. You said don't trade Bogarts. DJ Stewart hasn't really done much. He does have a good amount of value. And then Pilar, we can probably get something similar to what we got with Trumbo. Brian Mata, a starter. Okay. Nathaniel Lowe. Bobby Dahlbeck's only a C bench. Nolan Jones. Isaac Paredes. Nick Ames and Fernando Escalano. That name, was that the same guy we had in our Toronto franchise that I let go to? Oh, we get that A potential. I might as well do it for Pilar. Take a look to see what he is. I think that was that same third baseman. He's 49 overall and he's 22, I think. Maybe he has like a super high potential. 94, so maybe he just shoots up. I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. So we still got Rue, Tehran. I kind of want to keep Ramirez, but I also want to see if we can get because like I said, so I want to go young the rest of the major league year, and if we're gonna be bad, at least let's let the kids play a little bit. So Bradley, we gotta add Rivera to the 40-man. I want to have Phillips continue to play in the minors because he's like our big prospect. I think him developing in the minors still is a good thing, but I think Rivera, I think that bat can be as a DH. I think Bobby Bradley, give him a chance at first. Right now, we really don't have a second baseman. We have Sierra, who, I mean, he's only a C potential, but we'll see. Mountcastle's at third. Bogarts is at short. Outfield of Mancini. Look at all these. Look at this. It's so deep in the left and center. I think we need to, I want to try to get some, younger pitcher. Let's do a little player search. Let's try this. Let's do a little work on this. So I want to find max age of 25. Position of starting pitcher. I have done, if you guys didn't see this, I recommend searching for it, but I'll just give you the, I did studies on this, actually, several years of franchise on it, to figure out what are the most important pitching attributes, and walks and hits per nine are basically equally as important. So I'm going to search for both of those, and I want the min of those to each be 70. So let's see if we can find a pitcher who is under 25 who has both walks and hits per nine of at least 70. I'm not sure how many there will be. There may not even be any, and there are none. So let's bring this down to 60, because I'm looking for both. Here we go. Now, I'm not going to be able to get a guy like Walker Buehler, who is going to be ridiculous, and he is. German Herman Marquez, having a very good year, but again, probably won't be able to get him. Barrios, he's making 8.7, but he already has 3 years of service time. I'd love to find a guy with like 1 or 2 years, or he already has a long-term deal locked up. Sensatella's having a great year. Corbin Burns might be a guy we can get, who's pitching all right. Just ERA just over 4, but this is his first year in the bigs. He has an A potential. Heath Philmeyer, B potential, 2 years of time, but he's pitched well. His ERA this year is 3.35. Hami Baria, his ERA's pretty good. 2 years of service time. So, I think I would love to try to get Corbin Burns. I think he would be a great future ace for us. So let's see if we can get him. He has a ton of value, so I don't know if we'll be able to. What do they want? Left fielders, shortstop, and first base. Great news for you, Brewers. We have left fielders. They do like DJ Stewart. And I would include DJ Stewart in a trade because I don't think he's going to be that great. So if I include Stewart, I include Anthony Santander, maybe. Roederer. Dwight Smith doesn't really move the needle. They want shortstop. We have several. Oh, we can get this to work. Let's include Vielma. Engel Vielma. I've actually never heard of him. Great fielder. Can't hit. And then they also want a first baseman. We really don't have any I want to trade, but I include Christopher Bostic. Boom. We get Corbin Burns, who I think has a potential to be maybe not our ace, but he does have any potential. He's only 24, and he has the per nines, which I care about. So we get a young pitcher. Now, we did give DJ Stewart, but I'm okay with that. So let's take a look at his potential. We know it's an A, but what is it? 90, so it's a low A, but I'm okay with that. I think we'll trade Rue. I think there's no point in us keeping him because we're not going to be a contender this year. And he's 33. Same with Tehran. But like I said, Ramirez is only 29. He's pitching outstanding. He has good per nines. So let's trade those. We're just making a bunch of trades. I'm doing them right now instead of waiting to the trade deadline because what if someone gets injured? Now you can also say, well, what if another team gets an injury and they need a pitcher? Yeah, but I'm just going to do this now. I'm hoping we can get an A. Oh, we can get an A potential from the Yankees. William Sinjo and Josh Stowers for Tehran. So we know we can get an A. Ryan Weathers is a pitcher we can get. A couple Bs. Nolan Gorman. But I'm looking for a top end. Yeah, we get like 2 Bs. I'd want to get a top end potential if I can. Seth Myrick, a closer, but we don't have a great bullpen yet, so I'm okay with taking a closer. Let's just continue to see what's out there. But I think the Yankees offer him. He's 22 years old. He's a 54 overall. I don't love that. The closer, where was he? He's 70 overall. Now, the other guy is not really much of a prospect. Let's take a look. Maybe Brett Martin has some good per nines. Not really. But this closer, yeah, he's only 22. He's a lefty. Great hits per nine. Yeah, I want this. Let me give it to Ramba. He's a free agent at the end of the year. I'll do it. And the Rangers get a pitcher that they probably need. Now let's go and trade Ryu. And we can probably get very similar offers. I wouldn't be shocked if Sinjo's in any trade. And the Yankees won't include him. Okay. So maybe Tehran has a little bit more value to some teams. But hey, we'll continue to look. Again, I'm looking for top-end talent. We have so many B potentials. Where was that offer? That's not a bad offer by the Mets. Let's keep looking. I'm really right now just looking to see if that potential says A next to any of these names. Mitchell White I actually might take Mitchell White from the Dodgers, which is so weird. The Dodgers trade for Ryu. Let's take a look at Mitchell White's attributes. He's 71 overall, 24 years old, can throw hard, 96 on his fastball, 94 on his sinker, 90 on his slider. Per nines aren't crazy, but let's take a chance on him. He's 71 overall. Take a look at our starters. Just based off overall, once we trade Ryu, he'll be like one of our best pitchers. So we can try him in the majors. So I'll do that trade. I'm trying to think of what else. I guess let's take a look at the trade block and see what's out there. Maybe there's some younger. I mentioned at the end of the last episode, guys like Jock Peterson, something like that. Maybe a guy who's Brendan Rodgers is available. No, we really don't need a shortstop. He could play second, but Willie Calhoun's out there, and that's an interesting name. Now he's kind of just like a DH only. Let's keep looking. Colin Moran's an A potential. Tyler Wade is an A potential. Bradley Zimmer's an A potential. I might go get Bradley Zimmer. Now he's struggling hitting this year and limited at bats, only 82. Look at the fielding though. I'll take a chance. He's 27. Maybe he's a late bloomer. Let's go get Bradley Zimmer, and I think we can get him pretty easily. Like we have all these guys. So if I include like Dwight Smith, who's 27, that moves the needle quite a bit. Santander doesn't really move it. If I include Brendan Davis, that doesn't really move it much. Jordan Adams doesn't. Neither does Gray. What if I include Austin Wims? No. Joey Bart just gets the deal done. Jomar Reyes, does that move it? Not really. Actually, he is harder to get than I thought. Let's do this. What prospects would they take? They want Phillips. That's not happening. What about, instead of doing prospects, all players? Mountcastle, Ramirez, no. I like him because I like the fielding and the speed. And I think he'll give value even if he doesn't hit great. But they really want a lot for him. Ooh, they like Cedric Mullins a lot. I'll trade Cedric Mullins because, I mean, he'll take Mullins' place. And then I include Dwight Smith and Santander. There we go. We'll do the deal. And that gives... So Cedric Mullins out. We get a guy who's a better fielder, who has just as much speed, who's a better hitter. Let's do that. Boom. That gives us center fielder. So our right fielder, I guess we'll have Diaz, Mancini in left, Mountcastle. We really don't have like a second baseman. I guess we could... Let's take a look at Brendan Rodgers because he actually was playing second base in the minors because he's kind of blocked as a shortstop in the Rocky system because they have Trevor Story and they have Garrett Hampson as well. Now, you guys were mentioning maybe go get Garrett Hampson. Actually, that may not be the worst thing now. He's not really hitting. 216 average. Brendan Rodgers only 22 with that 8 potential. We could just move him to a second base with Bogarts being our shortstop. Now, I know we did draft a kid who might be a second baseman in the future, but maybe in 2 or 3 years, who knows what's going to happen then. So, what do they want? Relievers and center fielders. Good news. We have center fielders. Unfortunately, they don't love them. I don't want to trade Zimmer, even though that could get it. So let's see if we just do prospects. They want Phillips, Diaz, and Adams. I'm not trading Phillips. Let's do all. Okay, DL Hall and Phillips. Okay, so they apparently they want Phillips. I don't blame him. He's going to be a stud, I think. I don't know if we can get him. Same with Hampson. I think we're stuck with what we got, which isn't the worst thing. So let's just get this lineup all set. I'm going to call up. Let's see. Mitchell White will be in the bigs. Nate Carnes. Relievers, Bleer, call him up. Seth Merrick, we might as well give him a chance to pitch in the bigs. He's 22, but let's let him develop. Actually, he's only a 65. Let's send him back to AAA. So catchers, that's fine. I want Bart playing in AAA. First baseman, we already got that set up. I'm going to call it Phillips to AAA, though. Second base, let's give Sierra a chance at second base. He's a C potential, but maybe he does well and that goes up. It's a 79 potential, so you can go up to an 80, which then is a B. Mountcastle's at third. Bogarts is at short. I'll call up Odell to be a backup. He has great power and fielding. Not great durability, so I think he's going to be a great bench player, though. Let's call him up. Outfielders, we got Mancini, Bradley Zimmer, and Diaz will be our right fielder. I guess we'll just call up Yastrzemski as a fourth outfielder just because he's a C potential, and if he loses service time, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. And then Class A, just call up these guys to AAA and then AA just to kind of fill out those rosters. Wow, we just did a bunch of moves. I'm not going to do all that. I'm going to so let's put in Corbin Burns. And let's put in... I'm going to have Mitchell White be the long man. I think that's a good way to kind of ease him in. What I'm going to actually do for the... raise interest in trade. We trade we get Lewis Mitchell-Tree, excuse me. C potential. Can actually hit, and we give up Spencer Howard. C potential. Miguel Castro's a B potential. I know that. There he is. And then Justin Yurchark. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Alright, they auto-fixed our lineup. Let's just make sure it looks good. So, it's probably going to be incorrect. So, at DH, I don't want Odell as our DH. Even though he's not bad, actually. He could be a good DH. But I want Rivera to be our DH. Other than that, it looks fine. I really don't care where they're playing as long as they're playing every day. And we just hope there's no big injuries with those kids. Mets are interested in a trade. We trade Corbin Burns. What do we get? Aaron Joyce. A potential. Hate his walks per 9. A reliever, Riley Gilliam, who is probably nothing crazy. B potential. Ooh. And Nigel Aragon, who's probably can't be. And A. Oh my God. He's a big time project. Holy cow. But I want Corbin Burns. I want him. God, that's a good offer. If like Joyce's walks per 9 wasn't 29, it was like 59, and his like strikeouts per 9 were 29, I actually might do it. But I don't like his per 9s, so I think he might struggle. I hope they do more offers like that. That's a really good offer. Yankees are interested in a trade. Caden Lemons, a starter for Jonathan Holder. Lemons is a C potential. Jonathan Holder, isn't he like a big league talent? I'll do that, yeah. I don't know why they want Caden Lemons so much. Yeah, we'll do that. I have to send someone down. Probably whoever's struggling. You know what I'm going to do? Let's do this. And Nate Carnes to AAA. Because I think it'd be good for Holder to be the long man. Actually, his stamina's only 24. I thought it was higher. Anyway, well, he can be the long man still. And we'll get Mitchell White just more chances to pitch. And I really don't care too much about Kearns. 2 to 3 months injury for Bradley Zimmer. That stinks. Who did they put in his replacement? They put in Mike Yastrzemski, which is, I guess, fine. And that's one thing why I like. So, some of you guys didn't want me to do injuries. Well, this is one reason why I want to. One, it's more realistic. Two, I feel like all these guys would never make it to the bigs because they'd be blocked. But because there's injuries, now I may actually. It's important to have depth in your system. I'm going to continue. I think it's wiser to play Yastrzemski instead of these young kids. Let the young kids play well in AAA and not waste their service time. Pirates interested in a trade. Corbin Burns from Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller is an A potential. But I'm not going to do this trade. Apparently Corbin Burns is very sought after, which means we probably made a good move in trading for him. Holder's out for 1 to 2 months. All right. Cole Calhoun for Simon Matthews. Simon Matthews is a C potential. Cole Calhoun, there's no need for us to have him. So where are we record-wise? We are 8.5 behind the Blue Jays. So I don't think we're going to be the worst record, but we could maybe catch up to the Angels. The Tigers are true. I think we can maybe catch the Angels. If you take a look at top prospects, I wonder if we have anyone. Mike Phillips is up to 12. Continuing to improve. His vision's gone up. His power's gone up. His fielding has gone up. Joey Bart's at 18. He's continuing to improve. I don't think we looked at... Did we look at his potential? Let's take a look. Hopefully it's 93 or higher. 90. Yeah, that's okay. How's Burns doing? 3.48 ERA. So that's good. But let's continue the season. I'm just hoping we have a top 5 draft pick next year. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. We're a little bit more respectable this year as a major league franchise. Not good, but more respectable. All right, we went 62 and 100. Take a look at what we did last year. We went 52 and 110. So we were a 12-win improvement, which, I mean, at the end of the day, doesn't really matter much. But you can see our budget was, $45 million. But let's see how the players did. So Burns finished with a 3.11 ERA. He is going to be really good. I'm going to try to give him a long-term contract this offseason. His per nines are really good. He's unhappy about his contract. Well, that will change. Bundy had a 3.97 ERA, so that's good. Compared to last year, he got injured last year. So a 3.97, that's promising. Ramirez finished with a 4.12 ERA. I think we can keep him around like another $5 million deal. Hunter Harvey struggled, and Mitchell White. So I'm not sure how great they'll be, especially Harvey. I mean, he does have that 8 potential. Maybe he'll develop. We'll see. Bullpen. Fry did all right. Scott wasn't great. Liberatore struggled. Bleer was great. And Gil Martin was good. So Bleer looks to be a keeper in the bullpen. Gil Martin pitched well this year. We'll see if he can continue doing it. He did struggle last year. And let's take a look at the lineup. Sierra hit 207. Did hit 6 home runs. I'm not sure how good he'll be in the future, but second base is something we might need to add. Bobby Bradley ended up hitting 239, 10 home runs, and 238 at-bats, 64 games. His wins above replacement was 1.3. That's not too bad. Bogarts, 271, 19 home runs. I kind of wish a little bit more power from him, but his career high is 23, but he had a good year. His average was a little lower than last year, but WAR was still over 4. Mancini hit 29 home runs, so that's good. He's one of our middle-of-the-order bats. His WAR was negative 1.5 because he can't really field. Diaz, he struggled mightily in his rookie year. It's okay. I'm not sure if he's going to be... He might be our right fielder in the future. I don't know, but it's nice to give him a chance. Bradley Zimmer got injured, which is kind of sucks. His durability is only 68. That could be a problem. Cisco, I think. They moved him to DH because they took Rivera off as DH. In his limited at-bats, unfortunately, yeah, he didn't really have that much. But you can see, he looks to be a really good hitter. Can't field. His durability is not good, but I think other than power versus right, I like him as a hitter. Mountcastle, 245 average, 301 on base, not great. Still improving, though. That's the big thing. And Cisco, I don't know. I'm not sure who's going to be our catcher of the future. Awards, Bregman, wow, 42 home runs for Bregman, and Javi Baez at 39. Kluber and Kershaw got Cy Youngs. Jonathan VR, who we've traded, got batting title, and Jesse Winker. Reliever year, Brent Trian and Brandon Morrow. Rookie of the year, Darwinzian Hernandez. My Red Sox got Rookie of the year, and Izan Diaz. What awards did we get? Any? Bogarts got Gold Glove. Bogarts might get Silver Slugger. Nope, Correa, which makes sense. All right, let's take a look at top prospects before the end this episode. That stinks. He actually dropped to 14. Is Mike Phillips. Still looks really good. And then Joey Bart's at 19. He's still improving. Anyone else sneaking at the bottom of this? Nope. But we're going to have more once our draft picks are going to be prospects. We'll see who wins the World Series, and then we'll end the video. Hope you guys did enjoy this. Please drop a like if you did. Sub if you are new. The Cubs defeat the Indians. Rematch of 2016, and the Cubs beat them. Did they beat them in 7 again? They beat them in 5. So, hope you guys did enjoy this. I'll talk to you later, boys. Take it easy. Peace.